Hello, we are Two Fools Walking. We're on day 18 of the GR5/Tour Du Mont Blanc/GR55 at the moment, and this is where we're pitched up on an epic col at 2,700 metres. Finn's drying his tent out there. The weather all around us looks pretty solid at the moment, but just in a sec you'll get to the bit where it's looking a little bit dodgier. So hopefully we'll be able to get this all filmed up before that weather comes in too hard. And we just thought we'd do a little video on should you walk the Tour du Mont Blanc, which we completed about 3 days ago. So, facts first. How long did it take us to do? It took us
7 days to do the whole loop, start to finish. Most people that we met along the way were planning to do it in 10 days with one rest day, but I feel like we weren't going that hard and we managed to do it in 7 days.
Yeah, I think realistically 7 days for us seemed pretty easy. With better planning we could have easily done it in 6. Like, we almost did it in 6, but it would have just been a little bit too big that last day. Had we planned it a bit better, we could have done it all in one go. So that's how long it takes. I recommend 8 days maximum. If you're going much slower than 8 days, things are going to go pretty slowly.
Yeah.
With regards to wild camping, which we attempted to do the entire hike, France is really cool for wild camping. You have the right to
camp anywhere pretty much in France. You can free camp.
Yeah,
it's great,
which is fantastic. First lake where it's not been foggy. I can't believe it. It's amazing.
Beautiful views, glacier in the background.
It is just so mega here. We're just like reveling in it at the minute. Italy is, you can only camp above 2,500 meters. We did 2 camps in Italy, one above 2,500 meters at Col Sapien, I think. You can see we have stunning mountains all around us. We're at 2,500 meters, so it's actually strictly legal to camp here, which is wonderful. Which was brilliant, and another one that was a bit more stealthy by a lake. We're right next to a huge glacier, and I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. Just there, this whole back here is a massive glacier that we are behind, but we're going to wait a little bit to pitch up. Both of them were really good, and also everyone seemed really chill in Italy with regards to camping, so I think that's also fine. We ended up not doing any wild camping in Switzerland, which was a bit of an accident. We went to a campsite once and then...
we thought we were in an air de bivouac, but it turned out it was actually like some Gîtes campsite, and they tried to charge us.
They tried to charge us like €6 a person, so that was okay. Things to bear in mind, so maybe we don't really know what the wild camping deal is in Switzerland. What we can tell you about Switzerland is it's very expensive.
Oh, it is.
Everything's about
1.5 to 2 times the price.
Yeah, so it's a lot more expensive in Switzerland. Also, the Swiss section is probably the worst section. So we went around counterclockwise, and as soon as we walked from the Italian to Swiss thing, it just becomes fairly flat. A lot of forests. I cannot tell you how warm it is here. It must be at least, I don't know, 30 degrees. Oh, we're in a forest with no breeze, and man, I'm drenched. I think there's 1 or 2 really good views in the whole Swiss section. So I would recommend starting with the Swiss section, because honestly it's the least exciting and also the flattest and easiest hiking in the Swiss section. So I would recommend starting in the Swiss section. The best hiking, I thought personally, was basically straight out of Les Houches. Straight out of Les Houches, probably
through the Italy section was also particularly beautiful.
What was the name of the town after Houches?
Coimer?
No, I think that was the Italian Chamonix. There was a town beginning with a C out of Les Houches, and basically from there all the way to the end of the Italian section was phenomenal. Really, really good hiking. Man, this snow just goes on and on. Truly epic views as we walk between these 2 cols, contouring around the mountain. It's just fantastic. There's an amazing view down a lake down there. We're planning to camp up here, but I think it's only like 2 o'clock, so we're going to push it. Epic glacial river, and then this is a path we're going to follow down. So now a few of the bad bits about the Tour du Mont Blanc, Finn.
Busyness. It is a very busy trail.
Yeah, so like I didn't think that I would mind how busy it was, but it was seriously busy.
Yeah, like we're talking almost traffic jams on the trail when there's ladders and these kind of big guided groups of 10 or 15 people that kind of just fill the, like, if you want to meet lots of people, it's a great hike to do, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of English speakers doing it, but these massive groups, you know, you have to overtake them. You're just overtaking these massive groups all day long, and it becomes a little bit... You know, you don't really feel... You don't get that sense of being out there. So since we left the Tour du Mont Blanc, it's just been wonderful. Like, we've seen, you know, a couple of people each day. We still go through towns, but there's just no one out here, and it's wonderful. So be ready for the people. It doesn't detract from the experience that much, but it is an incredibly, probably one of the busiest trails in the world.
Yeah, we had one particularly bad experience with people, which is when we were staying in Air de Bivouac on the second night.
Yeah.
And there was just a group of very, very noisy people that were very disrespectful.
So there are two
Everyone is densely packed in. I had an absolute garbage night's sleep. Just people just have no respect at these sorts of campsites like this. Some guys rocked up at like 8 o'clock at night, playing music, just talking really loudly until like 10 in the morning. 10 at night, sorry.
So there are two Air de Bivouacs, which you can reach on the first day out of Les Hooches. I think we went from Hooches to the second Air de Bivouac. The second Air de Bivouac is absolutely rammer-jammed. Both times we went there, you want to make sure you're arriving. You want to be at 4 o'clock or before, because people are packed in. Fills. I mean, you can check out our videos of it. People are packed in so densely.
I think tensions are building at the Air de Bivouac because people are arriving, but it's actually completely full.
And it just fills up. You're going to get a rubbish spot if you arrive at 5 or 6 o'clock. We're doing the trek in, what month is it now, Finn?
August.
Yeah, so we're doing the trek in August, which I think is towards the end of the season, or later end of the season, and it's still super duper busy. So bear that in mind. And also I would recommend avoiding the Air de Bivouac. It wasn't like a national parky thing, but to be honest, I think you could have camped. We did even meet people camping 45 minutes past the second Air de Bivouac.
Or maybe try the first Air de Bivouac, because the second one was quite steep anyway. Like, there was no good pictures, even if there was nobody there.
With regards to technicality, the hike is like there's some ladder sections.
The ladders keep on going. They're getting bigger as well. It's pretty cool. Also, epic views.
A little bit of scrambling, but really it's all just easy trekking.
It's the kind of thing that anyone could do.
Yeah.
But you do have to be prepared for a couple of ladders and stuff.
Yeah. And basically the whole thing's wild campable, wonderful. Some of the views are absolutely phenomenal, especially if you have good weather. Our weather patterns have basically been a lot of rain for like a couple of days.
Yeah. I got up, it was wet. I walked, it was wet. I lie here, it is wet. I'm kind of on this little island, don't know if you can see it all, of dry, in an ocean of water. I hope to wake in nice weather.
And then like 4 or 5 days of complete sunshine.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's typical of the Alps, but that's been what we've experienced in the last sort of 18 days. So I think, if you're going to do it over 9 days, you should have a solid block of period of sunshine. Really recommend the Italian and the southern section past Les Hooches. That's all fantastic. The other thing though, that walking the whole tour, for us, by the sort of 6th or 7th day, the views of Mont Blanc, although they were wonderful, started to get a bit stale for me.
Particularly because we went back on ourselves and did a bit of the same stuff again. It is particularly just the same view for 7 days, really.
Yeah.
Some things we forgot to mention with regards to clothing. I got away with this fleece and a windproof, and it was more than enough.
I just had this Quechua down jacket and a raincoat, and for me, I was warm enough. I mean, it wasn't quite as flexible as Connor system, but I was still warm enough.
Yeah, I would just take a down jacket and be done with it, especially if you're going light. And with regards to food, it's super available.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we've ever had to go more than sort of 2 days.
2 days would be like
that was
max.
I don't think I probably didn't even have to go more than a day and a half without restocking food.
You need to watch out. Some shops close between like midday and 3 and stuff.
They do.
So look at the shops online before you get there.
So overall, it's a brilliant hike. It's super busy. Free camping is great, and there's lots of lovely people to meet along the way.
But yeah, if you can do it, you probably should do it.
Yeah.